guys, it's David over BHA here, bringing you another product review video. So the nice folks over at Firefly Electronix sent me their take on the smart Wi-Fi doorbell. So here's their website, and I'll have links to everything in the description down below. But right off the bat, as you can see, their product is less than 50 bucks, which is pretty awesome when you look around online at all the different types of smart doorbells out there today. That's a pretty good price.
As an added bonus, the nice folks over at Firefly Electronix have decided to throw in a promo code. It's supposed to start today and it's going to last for 1 week. If you are interested in this awesome new product, head over to Firefly Electronix and pick one up. Make sure you use the promo code BURNSHA. Take advantage of that awesome deal there.
Now, I will tell you, theirs is a little bit different than your average smart Wi-Fi doorbell. Their Wi-Fi doorbell is more geared to people that already have some home automation stuff installed. It also gives you the ability to basically use their Wi-Fi doorbell in conjunction with your existing doorbell. You don't have to change it out. So if you have a nice fancy doorbell that goes with the decor of your house, then you'll be able to use that with the Wi-Fi doorbell and just make it smarter. I love the idea. I think it is really cool to be able to use existing hardware and just kind of make it smart. All right, so let's do a quick run through everything we're going to cover in this video. So of course, again, we'll do our unbox of the device just to kind of show you what that looks like if you order one and have it shipped to your house. Once we do that, then we're basically going to install the Wi-Fi doorbell. Once we have it installed, then we will configure the doorbell for the network. Once that's done, I'll show you how to get it added into Home Assistant so that you can get notifications and stuff through Home Assistant. Once we have it set up in Home Assistant, then we'll do some testing and just show you what that looks like in action. As a little bonus, we'll go ahead and add the battery sensor for it into Home Assistant as well, so you can monitor the battery usage on there and make sure that set up some sort of alert if the battery gets low or anything like that. And of course, lastly, I'll just kind of go through my normal review of the product just to tell you my thoughts and everything like that. So let's get started. Alright, so here we are, got the box in. It's not a real big box. The product itself is not very big, so there's not a lot to it. We'll open it up here. Alright, so basically they have a little note in here telling you that your instructions that you'll need for installing it, you can find them online. You basically have a wire that you can use to connect it to your doorbell, and then of course the Wi-Fi doorbell component. It's pretty small, as you can see, and not very big. Won't take up much space. It does not come with a battery, so you will have to purchase your own battery separately. But other than that, it's all here. Let's move on to the next step and install the Wi-Fi doorbell. Alright, so here's their page on GitHub, which covers all the documentation on how to install it and configure it and everything like that. Not a lot of steps to install it. So it should be pretty easy to get set up. Alright, so just to give you a quick rundown of my setup here at home. So I'm not going to lie to you, I already had a smart doorbell installed. I currently was using a Skybell doorbell with the built-in camera and everything. So I had to go and find an old doorbell that I could install to make this video. So as I said before, the idea of the Wi-Fi doorbell by Firefly Electronix here is to be able to use your existing fancy decor doorbell that you may already have and just make it smarter. So let's just pretend that my doorbell looks a lot better than this. Nonetheless, we're going to use this, and because I already have a camera installed on my front door porch, I'll be able to use that camera with this doorbell for notifications. So there's my camera over there. It's a little dome camera in the corner. So it'll work perfect for this setup. All right, so here's the instructions for how we're going to wire this thing up. Basically, we'll have two wires that come off the Wi-Fi doorbell, and we'll just wire them to the transformer terminal and the doorbell terminal on the chime itself. Just to show you what mine looks like, this is my chime inside my hallway. Take the cover off here. And as you can see, just similar, almost identical actually to that picture on GitHub. You can see the three terminals are only using the two, one for the transformer and one for the front door button. All right, so here we are. I've connected the wire that they gave me with the Wi-Fi doorbell. I basically just cut it in half, stripped all the ends on it, and had one wire on each part of the Wi-Fi doorbell connected to the transformer and front door terminals on the chime itself. And they can be interchangeable. There's no power on either one of those, so you can connect whichever one you want to whichever terminal. Once you have that in place, let's move on to the next step. Now we need to configure the Wi-Fi doorbell for my network. Here are the instructions on how to do that. Basically, we'll put the battery in, and within 10 seconds of putting the battery in the Wi-Fi doorbell, we hold down the button until it starts flashing blue. At that point, then you can go over to your phone and connect it to the ad hoc Wi-Fi network that's created by the Wi-Fi doorbell. See, it should be Firefly something. So see it here, we'll select it, give it a second to get connected, and then it should automatically pop up with some options here, one of which is configure device. We'll click on that. You'll choose whichever Wi-Fi network you want to connect it to, or you can manually enter in the SSID either way. Put in the password for your Wi-Fi network and all of your MQTT or IFTTT settings. Once you have everything configured the way you want it, go ahead and hit save. And it should pop up and say it's rebooting and that it should automatically get connected to your Wi-Fi network. Once you've done all that, you're ready to move on to the next step. All right, so now we're ready to get this thing added into Home Assistant. So one of the first things I do whenever I set up these devices that have MQTT is I usually like to subscribe to the MQTT topic and watch the traffic as I push the button and do whatever else. And it threw me off a little bit because I was only seeing the battery usage every time I pushed the button. But because of that, it allowed me to contact Firefly Electronix, and they were able to work with me and get help without any issues whatsoever. The guys were great. I had no issues whatsoever. Once I discovered that you don't actually see the MQTT topic when the button is pressed, other than the battery usage, I was ready to move forward with setting the rest of it up. So basically, in order to set it up, all I need to do is set up an automation for when that button is pressed. So in my automations directory, I have a alerts.yaml file that I use to set all my different alerts for various things. So I'm going to edit this file here, scroll down to the bottom. I'm going to create a new entry for the automation. We're going to call it Wi-Fi Doorbell. Set the alias to be Wi-Fi Doorbell Notification. You can call yours whatever you want. Initial state will be true. Now for the trigger, the platform is going to be MQTT. Now for mine, my topic, I just set it to Firefly. It's whatever you set whenever you were configuring the Wi-Fi doorbell to begin with. Now this gave me an opportunity to test out the new streaming component in Home Assistant. So for my service, I did notify.ios_Adrian's_iPhone because that's the name of my iOS notification component. Now under data message, I said someone push the doorbell. You can put whatever you want. I'm just using this for this test. Data again, and then for attachment, I set the content type to be JPEG. And then for the push, the category was camera. And then of course the entity ID will be my front door camera, so it's camera.front_door. Once we have all that in there, we can go ahead and save it. And I'm going to jump over to Portainer and restart Home Assistant for my changes to take effect. Once that's done and the Home Assistant has come back up, we're ready to move on to the next step. All right, so I got my phone pulled up here so that we will be able to see it whenever a notification pops up. So I'm going to push my doorbell, and then it'll take just a second for the notification to pop up. Boom, someone has pushed the doorbell. And if I, of course, hold that down like any other push notification, you can see my camera stream has popped up, and there I am in front of the doorbell, waving for the camera. I think it jumps in like 2 or 3 second increments or something like that, so it's not 100% streaming. But that's it. We have set up a notification that whenever that doorbell is pushed, we will receive that notification and have a stream of the camera there on my front door. Pretty awesome. As an added bonus, I thought we would add the battery sensor to monitor the Wi-Fi doorbell battery as well in Home Assistant. So I'm going to edit my sensor.yaml file and set up an MQTT sensor down here at the bottom. Platform, of course, is MQTT. Name will be Wi-Fi doorbell battery. All right, for the state topic, again, I just called it Firefly. In the value template, we're going to say bracket value_JSON.bat, and then close that back out. Unit of measurement comes in volts. Once we have all that in there, we can go ahead and save it. And we'll restart Home Assistant one more time for those changes to take effect. All right, so here we are in Home Assistant on the Loveless configuration. Let's go ahead and add an entity just to be able to view that sensor. I'm just going to set up a sensor entity. And the name, I'm going to call it Wi-Fi doorbell battery. Select that as my entity. I'm going to make the icon be a battery, so it'll be MDI:battery. And I'll just go ahead and set the theme to match everything else with my dark theme. Then we can go ahead and save it. And as you can see, now we have a card for our Wi-Fi doorbell battery, and it has the current voltage that is pulling down, 2.8, it's almost 3 volts. That's it, guys. We have completely configured our Wi-Fi doorbell for Home Assistant and set up notifications and battery sensors and everything. Let's do a quick review of my thoughts on the Wi-Fi doorbell. Alright, so again, I thought the Wi-Fi doorbell is a super awesome idea. The price of the Wi-Fi doorbell is awesome, and the fact that it gives you the ability to use some of your existing equipment without having to put in some big, bulky looking Wi-Fi camera doorbell, and you can keep your existing nice doorbell that you may already have, way better than mine, of course. I really like that concept, and I thought that was pretty awesome. So based on that and the price and the ease of setup and everything and how great the customer service was over there at Firefly Electronix, I'm giving this thing 5 out of 5 stars. Very psyched for this product and look forward to future products from Firefly Electronix.
Just a reminder about the promo code that the guys have offered us over there at Firefly Electronix. $29.99. Super awesome deal for this product. I mean, I already thought it was a good deal at $49.99 or $44, whatever was listed on their website. It is even better at $29.99. Definitely worth checking out.
So let's do one quick run through of everything we covered in this video. So of course we started out by unboxing the device. Once we did that, then we basically installed the Wi-Fi doorbell. Once we got it installed, we configured it for our network. Once that was done, then we basically got it added into Home Assistant and tested our notification. And just as an added bonus, we went ahead and added a battery sensor to monitor that battery as well. And then lastly, of course, I went through my little spill on the review and thoughts of what I liked about the Wi-Fi doorbell. That's the end of the video, guys. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments below. As always, if there are any videos out there that you would like to see that I don't already have out there, let me know in the comments as well, and I will see if I can't get something put together for you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys around. Thanks.